for my presentation, I did disabilities and education. So what exactly is the problem? Nationally, only 65% of students with disabilities graduate high school each year compared to the 86% of students without disabilities. Children with disabilities experience barriers to participation at school or discrimination due to health-related needs. Funding available for children with disabilities is also a problem, so there isn't a lot of funding available as much as they need. In 2015, the federal government gave states about $12 billion when they needed about $18 billion more. Learning how to protect students with disabilities is also a problem, and the discrimination against students with disabilities. So there are a few laws, federal laws that protect students with disabilities. One is the IDEA, which is Individuals with Disabilities Education Act. Section 504, which is designed to meet the individual needs of students with disabilities to the same extent as the needs of students without disabilities. And then the ADA, which is the Americans Disability Act, which prohibits all public schools and most private schools from discriminating against children with disabilities. So the IDA, again, is Individuals with Disabilities Education Act. It is a law that allows free public education to eligible children with disabilities and to ensure special education to those children with the disabilities. It provides services to over 6.5 million eligible infants, toddlers, children, and youths with disabilities. And then they provide formula and discretionary grants to those children with disabilities. Formula grants are awarded if the recipient meets certain predetermined conditions, while discretionary grants are given to where the federal agency can select who they want to give it to based on merit and eligibility. IDEA's purpose is to ensure that all children with disabilities have a free public education available to them, to ensure the rights of the children and parents and the parents are protected, to ensure that educators and parents have the necessary tools to improve educational results for children with disabilities by supporting system improvement activities, and to also assist states, educational service agencies, and federal agencies to provide for the education of all children with disabilities. So there are a few misconceptions of learning disabilities. One is learning disabilities are developed because the child is lazy. Another one, a child with a learning disability means that they lack intelligence. A learning disability will eventually fade as time goes on, as they get older. Smart kids can't have learning disabilities, and students with disabilities cannot go to college. So what exactly do I think? And what can we do? I think that children with disabilities deserve the same opportunities as children without disabilities. I also think that we should fundraise more so then we can have more funds to go into what exactly the children with disabilities need and what they need to succeed in education. Also, educate. Having a learning disability doesn't mean that you can't learn, it just means that you learn differently, and I don't think a lot of people know that. And then also be patient and understanding with the person or the children with disabilities, and that will help a lot. Lastly, the federal laws work. It's estimated that up to 90% of students with disabilities are capable of graduating high school, fully prepared to go to college or begin a career if they receive proper support along the way. And the quality of special education services can differ vastly from district to district, but if the school goes by the law, it does work for the child. And that's it.